Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The Heavyweight Podcast.
Heavyweight Podcast. Heavyweight Podcast. You listen.
We can weigh in on some heavy shit, What's good? This is episode 66 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your names for these people.
Today, I'm just tired-ass Kevin Wendell moving rocks. I mean,
Crack
Kunta
rocks?
like
Kevin.
real rocks, not crack rocks, real rocks.
Kunta Kevin.
I would say if he moving rocks, I expect a studio soon. I'm telling.
You mean an album or
like,
actual
hold on. He
studio
was like,
for the podcast?
I'm moving
studio.
rocks, but they little rocks.
fun,
They
yeah.
little bitty
That's
tiny rocks.
funny.
They pebbles. We just call them pebbles right now. I'm just moving pebbles.
Sea rocks, sorry, not crack rocks.
Oh, okay.
So yes, Kunta Kevin.
Kunta Kevin.
All right, it's your boy Mo Lethal the Grouch.
Hey, call me Hunter.
Don't
How
do
were your
guys like
weeks?
that ever again after that.
I shouldn't ask that question this week, but I'm going to ask, how were your weeks?
I
Mm.
played the fifth.
Oh, I want to know. Mine was wonderful. What's up? This
Mine, bruh, mine.
I played
Woo!
the
I don't even know what to tell the world. Don't even know.
Nice.
I came to work on Tuesday. I worked 6 hours and went home because I was in a car accident. I came to work on Wednesday, worked 2 hours and got home because I was in a confrontational fight with some employee. And then the rest of the week I sat at home.
That was a verbal disagreement.
That was some BS. That's all it was, honestly.
was it. Is it documented on between upper management, or that just handled on the lower level?
It's done and over with now because it happened like I said, it happened Wednesday. So, here we are now. But it's done and over with. But it was a mess, and I really don't know what to say about it.
Who escalated what? Did you turn it all the way up? I feel like you turned it up.
I just walked up to
Did
the
he
guy
turn
and
it
asked
up?
a question. He turned it up. He turned it
No,
up.
y'all know if he turned it. Who turned it up?
No, he really did turn it up.
Speak your truth, Hunter.
No, he did. I mean, I walked up to the guy. I walked up and it's like, hey, what happened? And he just unloaded on me like, who the F are you? Fuck you. I don't know. You can't tell me what to do. And I'm like, bruh, And then he just went off. He was throwing middle fingers in my face and everything. And one of them made contact with my face. And I was like, oh, you just hit me in my face. So I turned around and walked away. Walked inside my dispatch and I was like, hey, I just got hit. And they were like, oh, what happened? And the driver walks in and he goes, oh, you F, you for the sake of the community. He was like, you F word. And I don't mean in the, how can I say this and not really be too bad about it?
A slur for the alphabet people.
There you
For
go.
that. It means it's a
he did
definition
that.
of burning
He did
sticks.
No.
The double G word.
F.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the double G. He
Yeah.
called me that twice in front of management and dispatch and everybody.
Oh, he got a lot coming.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, long day.
No, he doesn't. He has.
Oh, he don't got a long.
He has a final
Yeah.
check, and that's it.
Oh, so he had the long day coming.
Yeah, he got fired.
The day was your day.
And I got a warning letter for essentially calling myself a motherfucker. They were like, well, you said the F word. I was like, well, I don't know what to say. Yes, I did say it. I can't argue with you there. But yeah, that was my week. So Tuesday an accident, and then Wednesday confrontation and got sent home.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't co-sign that the entire situation. That was just a shitty movement by the company as a whole.
It was. But bruh, the funny part about that whole week is the car accident.
Funny.
That's the funny part. This fool
But the
came
nigga
up
ran.
doing. He ran. Hold on. He ran from the cops when the cops got there. He literally ran from the cops. The cop was like,
Like on
license
foot?
registration. Yes. Because his car could not move. His car was, I'll see the pictures in a second. And the cops got there and they asked for his info and my info. He was like, I don't have any. And the cop was like, okay. And he told me to go back to my tractor And next thing you know, hour and a half later, they come over. They were like, "Yeah, he ran." I was like, "So he ran after the cops got there?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, They were like, "Yeah, I guess he had warrants." I was like, "Oh, okay."
And you guess what city it was in, Kevin?
San Bernardino.
How'd you know? Ding, ding, ding. When Kevin gets the green.
Ah.
I almost said Colton just to see, but
Hey, I was only a few miles away.
Yeah, you were close. Yeah, either one would have been a correct answer. Do you want to chime in, Mo Lethal?
I'll plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Are you sure?
My week has been how the second half of Mister's life turned out on Color Purple.
Wow. Jesus.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Well, how was your weekend?
I had a good 2 weeks.
You had a good week?
Compared to theirs, I had a great week. 2 weeks. Compared to theirs, shit, yes. If the worst thing I came out with was a flat tire, I had a great week. Fuck.
At some point yesterday, Kevin, this nigga told me he's gonna quarantine from me so no doo-doo gets on him.
Not just him.
Oh, it was over there. Well, damn.
We have a group conversation. I told everybody. Everybody was coming at and with the weird energy. And I said, "Shit, if this continues, if this bad luck string continues, I'm about to quarantine myself."
You know what?
It felt like it was circling me.
You said that shit, and then Mark, I hit it with today.
It's circling me. Shit, I need to stay the fuck away. Fuck.
I think our moon is in retrograde because there's some shit happening at work that I can't speak on because things got legal at some point. But I'm like, wait, what the hell keeps happening? So we're in retrograde.
So I was going to send a letter in a bottle, and with the one message that bad luck go away yet. If not, I'll see you guys in 2 more weeks. Quarantine. That shit.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Night shift.
He was all about to say, "Hey, I'll just catch you guys on Monday."
Yeah, like shit. Like because one of our other coworkers had its situation in the yard. I said, "Shit, this is getting too close. It's like this. It's doing this world circle around me. I don't like it." So, anywho, since everybody's weeks were interesting, guess we'll go ahead and get into the festivities. Let's start off the festivities. I'm going to start, since Halloween's approaching, we're going to start with Kevin Wendell's question. He says, as Halloween comes closer, I used to love Halloween before having kids. Now I dread going out because I'm so on edge now, looking out for cars going fast, suspicious looking people, etc. What is something you loved growing up that you now loathe since you have kids gaining new, larger responsibilities in your adult life? How do you find joy in them also knowing as dads, do you think in some sort of situation we could overly be paranoid? So much that we forget to enjoy the moment. What say you?
I mean, that's what I was using Halloween as an example. Because, back in the day, dressing up, running around, eating candy. And then gotten older and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to this party and see, different dress type of people, women mainly. But like now that I'm older with kids and shit, I don't go out the same. Like I'm just like on edge, so it's not as enjoyable. Like the fun part you find obviously with the kids enjoying it, but like I was just thinking like, what's something like for y'all? Like think about like Thanksgiving. I think it was one of them I was thinking. Like I used to love going to people's house and tearing up food, but now when I host, I'm like, I gotta clean this shit up. I gotta make sure everything runs smooth. So it's like a different feeling. So I don't know if you guys had anything you could think of from like
Disneyland.
Not even like as a kid necessarily. Oh yeah, hell
Disneyland.
Yeah.
As a kid,
hell yeah,
love Disneyland. As an adult, I love the only joy I get out of it is seeing my kids have fun there. But at Disneyland, I was like, what the fuck? People are so rude and inconsiderate. I wanted to punch a few motherfuckers in their throat. But it was one of the things where I had to find the joy in seeing that they were having fun. But for me, Disneyland's a whole different beast because I'm thinking of everything and how like since they're young, people don't take into consideration and their kids are rude as fuck. So they're just fucking like step over your kid, knock your kid over, and not really give a fuck. So you have to play barrier. Hello.
She came
You
out
have
to be a terrorist.
You have to play a barrier for your kids at Disneyland. And I that's a whole different thing. So it's like I get the joy of seeing them there, but at the same token, I'm like, I'm ready to punch somebody in the throat at the same time.
Hell yeah.
My experience is that it's not fun being dad when you go out in public. It's not. Because you have to be on guard the whole time. Dad can't be in the moment. Mom's in the moment. Oh, she's so cute. She's snagging all the pictures. And you like, what is this motherfucker doing behind us? Like, you so as dad, you're pretty much on guard the whole time. And it sucks. It's stressful and it's draining. It drains the and then after that, after being at the park all day or Disneyland, then dad has to drive home while they snore while you're driving the whole car. It's terrible. it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know. Because she hasn't been to Disneyland, but she's been to a couple of parks. She's here, and it's the whole thing. I'm watching everybody and kids because kids are the biggest assholes. So you really got to watch kids because I'm on
just
record.
So you know, Mo,
I'll fuck some kids up.
I know you're prepping for Disney World. Just know once you take that step, everything else pales in comparison.
Are you really thinking about going to Disney World?
You
go to other places and they like, it's cool and all. But this ain't Disneyland. Okay. Like, just get ready.
I'm like, you can't. I got the thing like, you can't even catch me in Florida. Fuck that.
You need to go, nigga. You get a little darker.
No. And I have been. Thank you very much.
You need to go again. It's been a while.
No, because I cannot stand places like that.
Man, we're going to be at the resort. We ain't finna be in town. Calm down.
No, I know that. You forget that all the locals work there, right?
Be prepared to make that a yearly thing.
Oh, it won't
be.
Disneyland ain't going to be nothing compared to Disney. Yeah. I'm like, why are we going to Disneyland? The land?
The world. What the hell? I've been the world.
Like, if you really had to do it, I wouldn't do it until they were like 16 years old.
What? No.
That's wild.
Okay. Oh, well, okay, let's rephrase that. 12 in that area. That way, by the time they think about going back again, hey, you're adult now. Peace out.
Yeah, because I get what you're saying, because now they ain't going to understand the concept of finance. They're looking like, hey, man, why can't we do this yearly?
The financial part don't faze me. It's going to be the mental exhaustion of watching over her for a week. Because she's going to be, you know how kids are, they're excited, they want to go do everything, and now I have to chase her. And then since I'm the designated parent to ride all the rides, that's even more stress. I can't even relax while you're on the ride. I got to be on the ride with you.
You should be all right on those.
I'm gonna be. I'm give me some Adderall.
Little Annie Adderall.
I was gonna say Xanax, but I mean, whatever your choice is.
I like it. Holy
community reference for those community fans. Wow. Anyway, what say you, Hunter?
I really don't know, bro. I mean, the way I grew up, I didn't care about holidays, so I never really got into holidays to care.
They don't even gonna be holidays, man.
Give me an example, then, because I can't think of anything.
I'll give you an example. I went to Bass Pro Shop, and I was just like, we were standing in line, the kids were looking at candy, and I was like, I just came here to get this one thing. Stop looking at all the candy. They put all the candy at eye level, and it's the whole row.
See, but they did that. That's where you fucked up. If you had to go, was it just you and the kids?
And Amanda, we were checking out.
Right. So if it was you and the kids and your wife, either you should have went in and came out, or your wife should have went in and came out.
No, we were going in to show them. We wanted them to see the fish and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's where you fucked up. Because you gave them the opportunity to see shit they won't. That's where you fucked up.
And the weird part too was while we were standing in line, some dude was behind us, and he was like, "Oh, you like that candy, kids, huh? They won't let us have that. It's socialism." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was sitting there. Don't talk to my kids about no goddamn.
See,
So yeah, that was unenjoyable at that moment.
every
Imagine-
second is either a punch in the throat. Yeah.
Imagine explaining to your kids what socialism is to a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, why
you really
would-
don't got to explain it because they are living it.
Why he had to say that to some kids?
Because people are
You
crazy,
won't be able
bro.
to get any of that candy,
Crazy.
but I feel like that's an example that made that moment go, oh, this sucks. This is where we live. That's not a holiday.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It's for dads it's stressful, and then the double back on the hosting. When you're hosting an event, it's a different ball game too, because you can't enjoy the food, and then by the time you get by the time you get hungry, you're sleepy, and you're gonna choose to go to sleep instead of eat.
Unless it's your birthday,
Yeah. This is my birthday. I'm just going to sleep, nigga.
then you turn up.
My
And
wife
you
is
challenge fights.
But
You get really close and into people's
the
personal
closeness
space.
that bothers me, bro. It's the closeness.
Look here, man.
When Hunter said that he was yeah. No, anyway.
I'm talking about like things because I've hosted Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then I'm over it. I'm not doing that shit.
It's a lot.
Like
Yeah,
you
I
can
never
have
done
it
it.
this year.
You can have it at my house, but I'm not cooking. I'm literally I'm providing the venue, and that's where I stop. I have the venue. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
gonna
I
try to deep fry
never.
turkey.
Oh, I just did one of those last week. So, but like I said, Halloween, when I was taking my kids out to Halloween, it was still like the 90s, early 2000s. And within the last 20
and we're
years,
safe in the
society has,
streets.
there you go. Because society has shifted a lot within the last 20 years.
I remember going trick or treat solo.
Yeah.
Right.
Parent. No
Yeah.
parent. Now I would never do that now.
That ain't a
Right.
thing now.
Never.
But that's why you were like, what did you miss? That's why you were like, what did you miss? I'm like, not very much because I got my kids out of that way before things got weird. You know?
Yeah,
like
we
now
forgot
you got to
this
worry about
57.
drug dealers giving away free drugs to kids. I'm like, nobody's doing that.
Do they do that? Because they say that on the
No,
news, but I'm like,
they
ain't nobody
say that.
spending that money to give away.
Hey, let me get some 5-year-olds addicted. That way they got that bank account money. Motherfucking no, they ain't no customer. Unless you're
That's
trying to hook
right.
the parents.
I don't know what they're talking about. I'm drug free since
No.
83.
No, they talking about the colorful fentanyl they got in the shit that they're gonna hand out to kids, and I'm like,
drug free since 83.
you know how much money they can make on them
Okay,
fentanyls?
were you not born in 87 or 86?
That's my proof that I've been drug free my whole life.
I tell you, this motherfucker has lived a very boring life.
You can't be no public defender, nigga.
So, moving on, I'm gonna talk about a topic. That I guess it connects to this, but in a different sense. I had a conversation with a coworker at work. Shout out to Mitch, and we were talking about basketball and kids or sports. So he gotten into coaching because his son was playing basketball, and he had noticed that the coach was limiting his potential. So the coach would, say at his size and his stockiness, he needed to just play the post and didn't need to focus on his other skills like dribbling and shooting and stuff like that, just to focus on being in the post. And he said that's what clicked the switch for. He said, no, I'm going to be a coach because I want to make sure that my son is ready and have the best opportunity going forward with his dream of being a basketball player. So we had chopped it up for a while, and I thought about when I was coming up and playing sports and how you do come across a lot of people that are supposed to be mentors and coaches as such that are supposed to want the best for your kids, and sometimes they have good intentions, but a lot of times they don't realize that they're limiting our children's potential as they progress towards things that they want to do in life. So we're saying it was important to always keep a mindful eye on the people that we trust with our kids' futures. So I wanted to relay that question to you. With things that your kids have gotten into or are getting into, how often do you pay attention to the people who are sculpting their brains when you're not around? And do you have like a good relationship with them to the point that you can actually have those vocal conversations about your kid's potential and what they're trying to pursue?
Well, I guess with volleyball, I didn't really get much of a relationship with the coach there. I mean, she's only going to be there for a year for freshmen. So I just wanted to see about kind of what she's going to be, how they're going to, like, if she can make them be better than they were, like strive to be better. So I could say from the beginning of their season to the end of their season, she did her job, where it's like, okay. And that's all I expected or something like that. But I guess if it's more in depth, so say, what is it, like club and stuff like that, they're with them a lot more. So I would kind of want to know who this person is. Like, what are you talking to my kid about? Like, cause I had a friend at when I worked at Knott's, he used to coach track, and I think his kid got into track now, so he was coaching there. But he was saying when he was coaching before, he was like an assistant coach, and the head coach wasn't paying attention to like the kids' lives and stuff. Like he was just like, "You gotta go run this," and then he's like, "Well, she's over there crying. Shouldn't we figure out what's going on?" And it was like, "Oh, come to find out, somebody in the family died or something like that." So it's like you want coaches to be like that involved and not just focus on the sport type deal. That they can be mentors, as you said, or be somewhere there because they're there when we're not there. So yes, I think it is important to get to know them when it's going to be something like that's going to be like. Because volleyball was like 6 weeks maybe. That's it. It's over.
Mhm.
But if they're going to be with them like that, hell yeah, I want them to be a good person and know what's going on. Like, cause I can't coach something I don't know. I guess I could, but I'm not gonna be there all the time. I got to work. So you want people that are leaders, not just coaching the sport. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyone?
With club, I would agree with club. You would definitely want to know more about who your coach is because of the fact that they spend so much time together. When you talking like Pee Wee and Pop Warner and things like that, I don't know because you know parents who teach other kids to play sports can also get very jaded, you know, because it's about, oh, my kid is a quarterback. Only my kid is a quarterback. Only my kid's ever going to be the quarterback, you know. And you also got to deal with those parents that are also coaches too, you know. You get what I'm saying about that? You know, because, like you said, oh, if you want your kid the best, oh, I should be the coach. But that's a lot of mentality a lot of the coaches and parents take because, oh, my kid's this. And you're like, well, your kid sucks. Or you're like, well, I'm going to be the coach. And now my kid gets to play no matter what, you know?
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
on a team where that was the case.
Right. So
That's
it's Pop Warner and Pee Wee. You're gonna have to really pay attention to how a coach moves, and if they don't like it, I wouldn't try to deal with it. I would just pick up and move to another league. You know,
Honestly, what
because
I would say is it depends on age.
yeah.
I think every variable matters: age,
Mhm.
the sport, and the league. Because if it's some rec league and you're paying $45 for him to play basketball for the summer, that don't mean nothing. It's going to be favoritism, and they're not going to. They're pretty much just there to get some shit done. Now, when it comes to like when they're with the high school and it's something that they're doing because I know high school basketball that it's year round now. Football is year round, like so that matters. And like personally, like even with my daughter and her gymnastics, like she spends 3.5 4 hours a week with this person. So this person is instrumental in how her mind and her upbringing is going to be because she's spending a large period of time. So it's going to be important. So we need to make sure that who's around her often has her best interest in heart and is not just, I guess not just saying things because like again, these programs make a lot of money off these kids. So to just make sure they're not just saying things just to keep the kids from going. And I think you have to be mindful of what's happening, and that's why sometimes my wife she sits there and she watches what's going on. Let's see what's going on, and I can say that from the last place to this place where she is now, I've seen the difference. I can see the growth. Like she there's maneuvers now that she can do no problem that she was struggling with. Like she understands the concept. So I see it and I see that her coach is telling her, you can do it, and she's supporting her. And like recently coach figured out, you know how in gymnastics they have the rope. They got to climb up the rope, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that my daughter can't climb the rope. It's just that she has a fear of heights. So she'll go to a certain height and say, yeah, that's good for the day. Go ahead and help me down. Like, so, but the coach had been pushing her for a couple weeks, and she figured out a way to actually get her to go all the way to the top. So like, like it's stuff like that. So like she's motivated her. So it's things like that you have to look for, because I've also seen it in the case like what Hunter said, where the dude they don't care about your kid, bro. They just want another body on the field, and it's all about trying to highlight their kid or their nephew to make it seem like they're the next best thing. So I mean, it does matter. It's important. Anyone that's going to spend a lot of time with your child, it's important, especially if it's something that your child really has interest in.
So I guess to add on to the question, the initial question, like which I've seen and I was talking to Mitch about, was I've seen an instances where the coaches have been what they think is just being honest or blunt or brutal about it, and a lot of times they're like Hunter said, they're jaded. So in their mind, their outlook is, I'm just keeping it real, when they're realizing they're still limiting the kid's potential, because in their eyes they're saying, when I grew up, this is how it was, but they don't realize that there's always exception to these rules. So when you look at a kid and see a guy that's stocky or not as tall as the players he's playing against, and you said you should just go over here, because like he was using a big example that he had the ability to play tight end, but the coach kept trying to throw him in football, with the defensive tackles or not defensive tackle, but linebackers or whatever, and just kind of throw him off and say, you don't have the skill for this, because he just looked at him, as opposed to realizing that maybe he's the exception to the rule, and you're not giving him the opportunity or chance to show that it's stunting his potential growth. Because at some point, someone had to notice a Kevin Durant and say, yeah, you might be a lanky guy, but maybe work on your dribbling. Or yeah, you might be this. Or like in the Anthony Davis case, even though he's injury prone now, but someone worked with him on his ability to dribble the ball. But yet, who was to know that he had a growth spur over 3 month span, and now he's 6'10", almost 7 feet. Where it's like, if you're limiting their potential because you're trying to quote unquote keep it real, you might be thinking that you're being honest and brutal because that's the way the world is, and not realizing that you're limiting their potential with that same thought, because because every kid that you've seen at this point that's this size couldn't do this, doesn't mean that one potential kid cannot become the guy that can know how to dribble a ball or know how to do this. Just because he's shorter than everyone doesn't stop him, or it's because he's tall doesn't mean he can't dribble the ball, rather. So and your instances of growing up, when you guys have ever played sports or did things, did you ever have those instances where you felt like they stunted your growth because they just looked at you and saw you as a typecasted player, like, oh yeah, you're tall, so go play this position? Or
I mean, I had it in I've had it in football, and I had it in wrestling. Like I've always been a chunky kid, but I was fast comparatively for my size. So when I used to wrestle, I wrestled at I'm not going to explain the class size, but I wrestled at 215. So over 215 is heavyweight, right? And because I weighed about 210, 215, right? So at 215, I was faster than anybody else at 215. Because just because I was a smaller guy, and I was just a bulky dude. And it wasn't until like a coach pushed me to actually drop weight, say, hey, no, you know what, you'd actually be better at 189. Like if you could just get to 189, it'd be better for you. Like, because I'm not trying to throw away, push another 200-pound guy around. Now I have, not only do I have like build, but now I have speed on my side. So and it wasn't until I got met that particular coach that happened. I've just always been type as, oh, throw him at 215, throw him at heavyweight, he's fine. Like we'll just leave him there. Don't worry about him trying to make weight. We'll just, whatever weight he's in, that's where he's gonna wrestle. I had that, and I had the same thing in football. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, just make him a lineman. And it wasn't until I was I think freshman in high school or something where I actually played linebacker, and it was a better experience for me all around. But like again, like as a parent, like I know now, like you have to monitor who coaches your kids, because like you said, they're gonna typecast you. And just because I may fit the profile doesn't mean I fit that mold. I might be a different character. Because I'm pretty sure no one thought Muggsy Bogues would make the NBA. You know what I mean?
That's the mark of a good coach, like somebody who can. It's not even recognize something, just allows like their athletes to take a chance. Like I don't know why they let me try that in high school playing running back, my lengthy ass. But they let me. I remember I got blasted, and I'm like, this definitely ain't for me.
Uh,
But yeah,
I got
like they
no.
gotta. Sorry, one more thing. But the thing I do like about the keeping it real is if they keep it real, but like it's actually real. Like, cause I had a coach in baseball when I was about to leave to Grand Canyon. I had him write me a letter of recommendation. I didn't even ask the head coach. It was he think he was the assistant head coach, and he was like, Kevin, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I'm gonna write it honestly, like. And I was like, that sounds bad. That's not going to be good. But then I read it, and it was like, he has all the potential in the world. He just has to learn to hone this shit. Like, he's just like, oh, I got the ball, throw it in.
Sounds
But it was like honest.
It sounds like what we tell you about your comedy. So you ain't changed. That's what I told
No,
you.
I worked my ass off in the summer to play baseball there.
Okay. So you changed.
So I honed it. Hey man, I didn't say nothing about them letting your 5'2" ass play linebacker. Shit.
I'm not 5'2", sir. Okay, you're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna disrespect me. Okay, just because I'm not 6 foot, a couple inches shy. Okay.
All I can say is if I had kids right at this day and age, I would do so much homework on the coaches that I think it would be damn near creepy. You know, it's flat out, bro. Because people are twisted in this world.
See, you said that, and when I think about, because my daughter plays gymnastics, right? So when I think about all the fucking time, all the years we've heard all these gymnastics coaches fondling the gymnasts, like I'm super fucking paranoid. Like I'm paranoid because I will be on trial because the motherfucker's gonna be dead. Everybody associated with the gym will be dead. So like that's why I'm like, hey, we got to make sure this is on the up and up, because if there's even a rumor of some shit going awry, be prepared to live without me. Be prepared.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes complete sense.
And as far as me playing sports when I was younger, didn't have no money, didn't have no grades.
And he was 4'8". He didn't hit a growth spurt until he was a senior. And he
First off, in the streets, I was a very, very good fullback.
You guys have fullbacks in the streets?
Bullshit. I call bullshit on that.
You guys lining up I formation?
No.
I call bullshit on that. This nigga was 4'8" and 98 pounds soaking wet. I call bullshit.
No, that was not me at all. But no, I never had the grades in high school to play. I was a D/CF kind of person.
I was gonna say something completely fucked up, and then I was gonna say maybe you were full and took your ass back home, but I don't see fullback.
I can see it if he had the weight on him.
Because
no, I can see fullback because the linebacker's not gonna see him coming.
Oh my Lord.
He's gonna fucking clear him. He's not gonna see. I can see that. But
fullback though.
Yeah, I can see that.
That means you were leading the charge, so you were knocking niggas out for everyone else.
Right, and that's what's weird. I mean,
if he had the weight.
Well, you got to remember, when I played in the streets, when you play in the streets versus you play in the competition, the weight classes are wholly completely different. You know this, right? Right. But like I said, in the streets, I mean, you got to remember, I was like,
stickball.
I'm 5'4", 5'5", 200 pounds solid, and I was fast too.
Oh, he said solid. He said he was
5'2" solid.
5'5" solid. Yeah, I don't care.
5'5".
Huh?
What age?
Basically all through teenage. Because once I turned 18, I was like, what? No, fuck that. No.
For some reason, when you said young, I thought like in the streets, I thought like you were maybe 10, 9, 10.
No, during my whole towards 8th, 9th, 10th grade, those teenage years when you all running in the streets playing football. And I used to play. I
You
played.
gotta remember, he's 65 years old. We forget this.
They had the
47.
leather helmets.
47. Like every time I got on a team at school, I got kicked off because of my grades.
Damn.
Right.
You have to not try to not play sports with grades. It's like 2.0.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying. Damn.
Oh yeah. I mean, I got kicked out of high school, so.
Oh yeah, you used into B&Es and shit. I forgot about that.
I'll say to chime in with my experience in high school was I like most said, I usually got typecasted, especially playing basketball, because I was always stockier than everyone else, but I wasn't tall as everyone else. So it was always well, he's not slow, he's not fast enough to play guard, but put him at power forward, and then I would have to figure out how to play power forward. So I was quicker than the centers and forwards, so I could get over them because I would jump faster than them. And my dad used to always say, "Oh, you jump faster, you out rebound these niggas." And I was like, "Well, I have no choice. I had to figure out how to box out and get technical at it." But every coach that I came across always had a notion of typecast. And I remember even my last game in high school, they sent everybody up to play varsity, and they asked me if I wanted to. I said, "No, I get to start, and I get all this playing time. I'm gonna stay on JV for this game." And I remember I said, "Fuck the coach." I was dribbling the ball. I shot threes and ended up hitting the game winner for us to win the game. And I remember just that whole different energy that coach had. And I was like, see what happens when you don't fucking just assume that I can't play. The stroke I have, being a lefty, like,
right.
But if he had honed my skill and other players, instead of just looking at us and going, "Oh, you're just this, just put them here." You don't realize you're limiting their potential or growth because you're just looking at them like, "Yeah, you're just this. You're not tall. You're not 6 this, or you're not this." Like, there's always exceptions to those rules, and I think it's very important for us to keep in mind, be mindful of the people that we have crafting the minds of our children, because at the end of the day, sometimes they're trying to help. A lot of times they don't give a fuck, but it's important for us to know who the fuck is in their ear, because I've seen I don't know if you guys have ever seen that coming up, that shit, and I'm sure it's going to happen, the 5-pass rule. And my day used to be pissed as fuck. You come to a game, why don't you take that wide open shot? Coach said I had to make 5 passes. But it's about scoring. But he said I had to make 5 passes or I don't play. That's limiting growth, because you're more worried about pleasing the coach than fucking reaching your potential. So.
Yeah, that's just a bad coach.
Yeah, sad part is there's a lot of bad coaches out there in the world.
Yes, there is.
Mm-hmm.
There is, unfortunately.
So,
like, to me, if I had to be a coach to a team, it's like I would ask what you want to play, and then I would play it, and then I would find what you'd like to play, or where I think you should be at. I mean, because like you said, you never know your underestimated players in there that you just don't even know that you have. So let them run. Hey, what do you like to play as? Oh, this is what I like to play. Cool, let's try that. Let's try that for a little while and see how it works. No, if anything, it's a dose of reality. You be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I realize I'm not as good as I thought I was. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. But you know that now, But like you said, they don't. Like you said, you get typecast and you can never come out of it. That's it.
So moving on to the next topic, it comes from Hunter. It's an interesting question. He just came up with this question, so I figured why not. What constitutes a real job to you?
If you get paid.
I'm with Mo on that one.
They
cut you a check.
Way.
If you get paid,
they cut you a check. I get where the question comes from, because people are assholes. If you had a real job, I'm like, well, bitch, you talking about Burger King? Then you ain't allowed to eat at fucking Burger King, since it ain't a real job. Take your punk ass in the back and cook it.
I'll take it a step further. There's a couple jobs you don't get paid for that's a real job.
America.
Like being a stay-at-home parent. That's a fuck job.
Yeah.
Because that's work. You will never clock out.
I feel like Primerica is a perfect example of something that's not a real job that people try to make. They're like,
No,
oh, I got
because
to.
that's not a real job. You know why Primerica's not a real job? Because you only make money if you sell something to somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But,
There's
I mean, there's other jobs like that too, though.
No,
there is a lot of jobs like that. Though.
There's other commission-based jobs where you're not selling people a lie.
Right, there you go. There's the part right there.
Hey,
It's the lie part.
It's some shit we don't like, but it's a job. If
You did not
sell
buy no Primerica, did you?
If you sell a lot of it,
Did you?
if you sell a lot of it, what happens?
A hustle.
You still
Right.
broke?
Hustle can't be your job.
To me, the Primerica guy is the same guy
And
that
I guess-
show up to the barbershop pushing the CDs and the DVDs.
It's a well, can you do it yourself? Because somebody has to provide that.
Primerica? Can you do
Yeah.
that yourself? Yeah, you can. You call AAA, you call AIG, a reputable business that is not being based off commission, that won't lie to you, and that they're salary plus commission, and not Primerica.
But I'm saying, do the people who work Primerica, is it Primerica?
No, they're not trained to sell the things that you're selling.
But I'm saying, do they
That's
not?
why you don't see them as much, because California law
It's-
now requires you to be licensed to sell those kind
It's
of
a corporation, right? Well, then if you got to be licensed, it becomes a job. Like real estate's a hustle too, right?
No, that's a job.
Why? What's the difference?
What's the difference in real estate? Because you have to know them. You have to understand market trends, market evaluation. You have to understand what prices are going for.
Some niggas are just shitty.
You have to understand what
You
comes
might be
from.
shitty at your job, but
Hold on.
you get what I mean? That's what I'm
And you have to be licensed.
But hold on, Kevin.
Well, you
Do
said they have to be
understand how-
licensed now.
You understand how Primerica works, right?
They sell it.
We're not going to share. We're not going to.
Nah.
Yeah, we don't have to go
No, I
through the
know.
business
Well,
model.
hold on. Just a real short gist of it. Just a real short gist. You don't make money unless you sell other people things that they sell to other people. There is no product in there. You're selling a service. Yes. That's the face you're talking about. That's why it makes no
That's
sense.
pyramid scheme. That's pyramid scheme.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's a pyramid scheme, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
that's a pyramid scheme.
And a
Right,
pyramid
that's what
scheme is
Primerica is.
it's not a job. It's a hustle. Like Stutter said, it's
Right.
a hustle. It ain't a job. It's a hustle.
That's what Primerica is.
No.
People try to say it's not, but that's what Primerica is. It's a pyramid scheme.
And then the whole way they wrote people in is to try to convince them that, oh, if you keep hustling like this, you can get to where the top guy at the top is, the guy with the big mansion and drives the Ferrari or Lamborghini, and they always sell that shit every single time. Man, the guy at the top and the couple of guys under him, and then so on. Look at them; they got these Lamborghinis and these nice houses, and it's like, but they had to hustle to get that. Just tell all your friends if they don't believe in you, fuck them. They're against you. Like it's a hustle, bro.
I think I almost fell into what was. I don't even remember what they were selling. I think it was
Mona V.
It was like
The
some
knives?
sort of insurance, but it wasn't knives. It was like extra insurance, like one of them card ones. Like, hey, if you get in an accident, if you have us,
Same
they're
thing.
gonna.
That's the same thing. I've seen that one float around. It's
Yeah.
almost like they offer you AAA without being
it's-
AAA.
They were
It's-
that close to getting me, and I was like, I'm not. I mean, I'm
Same
broke,
shit.
but
It's the same thing as these fucking companies that you get paid to go door to door and sell internet or satellite or solar. Now solar is a popular thing. It's the same shit.
no, they
That's
got
not
me.
a real
They got
job.
me on the Kirby. I got the Kirby. So fuck it. It's a good vacuum.
He said about a Kirby.
I mean, he's
They
not
got
lying.
me.
Kirby is a good vacuum. I'm not saying
No. It's not that Kirby's not a good vacuum. I ain't seen nobody sell Kirby in like 20 years. So
I know three
Nah.
people who got a Kirby right now. I'm not
Really?
lying.
Yeah,
I know three people who got a Kirby.
they just come to new neighborhoods like, hey man, you got this new house. Would you like to get this vacuum cleaner? Let me do a test inside your house.
They still throwing the dirt down. Well, watch this.
They throw like baby powder or some shit. See that? Look how fast it cleans it up. You see it's still right there. Get out of here,
like
man.
I
I'll
said,
buy it.
If you're getting if you're paying taxes, if you're getting a 1099,
That's important. That's
It's a
important.
real job. And then certain jobs where you don't get paid at all, like I said, stay-at-home parent. That's hard work.
Might I ask, how did that come up? Like, how did this come up in the conversation? That's what I'm curious of.
Oh, he said the whole conversation started was he's like, if you're gonna buy $100 in tennis shoes, you need to buy $100 in work boots and get a job.
That's a half a boot. What's he talking about?
Yeah.
Work boots are expensive as shit now.
Right. What he was saying that
Work
they were
boots.
saying that your priorities are backwards, so that you would spend $100 on a pair of tennis shoes, but you should need to spend $100 on a pair of work boots and get a job that makes money. And I was
if I
like,
work in HR, I'm not getting work boots.
thank you.
Right.
And that's what he thought I did. I was like, bro, I make over $100K a year, and I don't have to wear work
Sir,
boots. He's like, well, you just don't push.
Damn, you went fucking in all the time.
What?
Yeah, I proudly sport that.
Stop telling people how much you make.
Speak your truth, Hunter.
Why are we hiding this?
Because I don't.
Because he actually, it don't
Why?
matter. Speak your truth, Hunter.
First off, it's public knowledge on the internet. So whatever.
They don't know.
Actually,
But
if you Google it, they think we make way less than what we make.
no, they do. What they say is we make this, but we make a whole lot in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh, like police.
Yeah.
That's how police do. They're like, yep, that's what I make.
But yeah, he was like, well, I was like, well, I do that and I wear tennis shoes. He was like, well, you need to get a real job instead of just sitting in some office hitting buttons. I was like, oh, and then I said,
argue this her-
hitting buttons can just send his ass home.
right?
I bet you whoever run the place he work at is sitting in the office hitting buttons.
Exactly.
Yep.
Somebody's always hitting buttons above you somewhere, and they try to make it sound like it. And then he was like, well, what do you do for a living? And I sent him a picture of what I did. And he was like, oh, much respect. And then he never said nothing after that. Because
I wish I would have that conversation. I send somebody a picture and I'd be like, what the fuck is that? Hydrogen, buddy. Okay, so he was just an asshole.
Yeah, it's like Andy Marie said. I like to troll.
You a fucking troll.
I'm not.
You looked for this.
I have
You looked
troll
for this.
tendencies
He stirred the pot. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
with my big black stick.
Hey man,
I'm done.
What you got next there? What you got the next there?
So this question, this topic comes from Maurice Gill. It's a TikTok. And it says, oh, they're all kind of in the same. Well, let's just go with one. It says, men don't cheat because they want to leave. They cheat because they want to stay. I'm out of this conversation. Go ahead, Maurice Gill. You elaborate further if you agree or disagree with that statement.
I understand what he's trying. I understand what he's trying to say. He's basically saying that the dude cheated because he wasn't being satisfied where he was at, and if he was being satisfied where he was at, he wouldn't have cheated. So like he wanted to stay, but you're basically what he's saying is that her actions or behaviors pushed him out the door. That's what he's saying. I mean, I'm faithful, so I don't know. I mean, what y'all think?
That's not logical.
Kevin Wendell.
Yeah.
That sounds illogical. I'm gonna just say that.
What?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Why does that sound illogical?
Because I'm cheating to stay.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yes. No.
As Kobe used to say, do the work.
Okay, you can do the work, but if she's not receiving the work,
He did. He cheated too, but anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm saying.
Bad example.
I can kind of
what they're
understand
saying,
that and explain it.
Go ahead, explain it, honey.
Go ahead.
Okay, put it like this: you're with a woman, and that we just use as numbers. As a woman's 100%, but she's not 100% to you. She's 75. But you still want that 25 that's out there, and you go find it from somebody else. But that's all you want is that 25. So yes, you get that 25 from somewhere else, and that keeps you happy with your 75. And that way you get 100% of what you truly want out of your relationship or what you want.
Take that look off your face, Mr. Wendell, because no one has anything to say when these women post these pictures where they got to do for everything. Oh, this the dude to give me rides, this the dude that buy me food, this the dude to help me with that. It's the same shit.
We say something all the time. Us. We do, nigga. Look at this motherfucker.
That's what it is. That's why you would cheat to stay with this cheat to be happy in a relationship.
I say other stuff, but I don't say it on that.
Let's put it real simple. You have a wife that you take care of, you love, and you do everything, but you can no longer have sex. What are you supposed to do? Not have sex anymore, or go get sex somewhere else, and then that's your sex over there, but you come back to your home life?
Mr. Wendell,
would you tell them? Or are you just going out and just cheating?
Me personally, it would have to be open.
I feel like that's worth having a conversation.
That's fair. So what if you tell her and she's against it and she just still don't want to put out? You gonna just be sexless?
Then that's when you know where you have to do with your relationship.
No, I want to know what Kevin will say.
Maybe I might get a mold, get that fleshlight. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Let me tell you something. They have yet to make a sex toy that compares to the inside warmth of a vagina.
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, but they can get very close to the mouth, though. Hey, they can get very close to the
exploration
mouth. Hey, like I said,
let's take a weird turn, huh?
Yeah, but I'm not going to say I've taken therapy because I'm like not a big fan of therapy, but I listen to shows and they said it real clear to me one day that made perfect sense. Are you willing to risk everything? Are you willing to risk your 80% or your 75% for that 25%?
Some people are.
Plenty of people are. But if you're not, then you have to learn how to adapt. You know? No. So, but I can kind of see it, but it's still jaded in the mindset of.
I can understand that in what you're saying, but I think I'm more on that side. Like I'm not.
Tranquilizers and lube is all you need. Solve the problem.
What did you say? No, I heard it wrong. I thought I heard you say tranquilizers and lube. Did I hear that? Oh my god! God damn! Next up,
I thought I heard breathalyzer and lube. So I mean, yours made more sense than what I heard. So I said, "What do you need the breathalyzer for? You gonna fart into the breathalyzer? Like?"
Oh god damn!
Okay, what you heard way more sense than what my brain took it. Anyway,
I mean, I don't even know how to respond to Twinkie-Lizers. You know, I can't say the word. I can't say the word. I can't say the word right now.
Hey, you guys like eating pork rinds with cheese all over it.
Twinkie-Lizer is like a whole different thing.
Nah. Oh damn! You went that.
You said Twinkie-Lizer. I thought about Zombieland and fucking what's the Twinkies?
Oh god.
Hey, I do have the tendencies to fuck up words.
No, I thought you had a stroke on air with all that fucking nasty ass food you eat.
Hey, watch me be the ride or die to 100.
Nasty. I shouldn't say nasty.
Watch me be the ride or die to 100. Watch. You
got a iron insides.
He's out. Y'all lost him. He's done. He's out. Sun is out. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Oh Lord.
He's gone. He's done. He's done. Somebody's going to take over. He's done. He's done. Are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Are you okay, sir?
Oh God, Kevin, man.
Are you okay?
That's why you're the comedian. God damn.
I was concerned.
This nigga said he sounded like he had a stroke on here. Well played, sir. Because I thought the same thing, which you said Twinkie-Lizer. Anyway, okay. Are we done with this topic?
I think
yes.
That's
we went through it.
Yeah, we went through it.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, let me try to compose my thoughts here. All right, so we're gonna get on to some what do we call this? Fuckery. Never mind. We'll finish up with episode 66 of the Heavyweight Podcast.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, we'll finish up with the Heavyweight Podcast. This has been episode 66. I am Studder McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your names for these beautiful people.
Kunta Kev. Got more rocks to move.
Kunta Kev.
Hey, man.
Cupped up.
Hey, come on, dog.
It's your boy Mo to the Grouch.
They call me Hunter.
So next week, man, we appreciate y'all. We out.
Yes, we do.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're a real one for sticking to the end. Just want to thank you again for listening and stay tuned for the next episode. 40 out.